Good day, my friends. My name is Lego, and today I thought I'd take a trip down memory lane and do something just slightly different. My Nerf arsenal. Now, it's been 3 or 4 years since I made an update on this arsenal, and many things have changed, many things have stayed the same. If you guys want to see what the arsenal was like way back when, I will put a link down in the description for you guys to go and check out the old arsenals. Anyway, today in this video, I am joined by my cat, Midnight. Also something you guys haven't seen on my channel in a really long time. Do you want to go outside? You're just going to have to wait for a minute. Anyway, so the big difference between then and now, major difference, is that, hey, look, I have a steadier hand. I can actually pan across, a thing and not make people dizzy or seasick. So, without further ado, let's get into things. So, down here at the very bottom is my good old friend, the Whiteout Maverick. This guy has been with me for a really, really long time. Probably for as long as I have been on YouTube. And you guys will notice since my first video, I don't know if it was modded in the first video or not, but it's definitely modded now. It's got 2 springs in the back here, and definitely not the stock parts. And I do have the stock parts still, I just don't have them in here right now. Alright, throw that over there. The next thing that I have, this one is a little more recent. I picked up a Midnight Maverick. Now this one is stock as far as I know, and there will be some mods going into it a little later, but as of right now I have a lot of other things that I'm doing, and another Maverick is just not on my list. Anyway, this little guy. This guy's paint job, surprisingly enough, has withstood over the years, and I am very surprised that it even has lasted this long, because this is literally acrylic paint and Mod Podge, and it's still here. So, there's that. I actually have 3 of these little guys now, so you guys will get to see that soon. My absolute favorite Alpha Trooper here. I have an Alpha Trooper now, so that's fun. I plan on putting a power stock in the back. This is not an Elite Alpha Trooper. This is the old yellow thing, and it's fun. It's got an Orange Modworks kit in it. Midnight. It's got an Orange Modworks kit in it, and metal catch. I think it's a 5 kilogram spring, but I could be wrong. But basically, it's got the metal catch and everything. And I have this. It looks like it dragged something else along with it, so we'll do this. This is a triad. There's not much to say about this. I've had this for a while too, pretty much ever since these things came out, which is why mine is blue and white and not white and blue. Basically, if you're going to have a jolt, then have a triad. And I have, if I come back here, a Thunderblast. Why a Thunderblast? Because for some of the games that I play in Public Wars and stuff, they use rockets for destroying shields. So Thunderblast, super useful. However, not very practical because of that giant stock. Okay, moving on. This is recently modded. This is a long strike. Now, a lot of you are probably like, why would you even mod a long strike? Why? That's because I thought, well, my Alpha Trooper is indirect plunger. This is indirect plunger. Why not? They both seem to work pretty well. So this is a real classic. It works. It makes a lot of noise, but it's a thing. And I do have the original barrel to go along with that one. So here's yet another one of these pistols. This one's orange. I love these things because they're just like, you have a free secondary that you can just mount under the bottom of your gun, and if you mod them right, you can get a good 45 feet out of them, which makes a great little under the gun panic shot kind of thing. I've yet to actually use one in a war, but there you go. A Longshot front gun. Although the Longshot from way back will not be joining us in this video, sadly. This is the same front gun, but The Longshot won't be joining us because, one, I traded it to a friend. Well, gave it to a friend because my arsenal got huge, and it still is. So he had it, and then it broke. So that Longshot will not be joining us. But this is basically just a front gun. They're not very common, but they're a thing. Spectre stock, not much said there. I have too many of these things, and I love them. I suppose that's why I have so many of them. The Recon stock. Oh my gosh, I love these things because they're light, they're long, and they hold a clip. It's just, why not? You know? And then, yep, front end of a Recon. You'll see why later. A blue Mega Magnus. I realize I'm not in good light here. A blue Mega Magnus. It's actually like 3 p.m. right now where I live. I'm surprised there isn't more light in here. But anyway, this is a blue Mega Magnus. It's stock, but it works. It's cool. I like it. I have too many of these lights too. I don't know why. One is plenty enough. Is this the one that works? Oh, hey, this one actually works. Throw that over there. Recon stock attachment point, because I was working on a stock thing that you guys will get to see later. I took this off of the stock I was working on because I made a mistake on that stock, and I'm gonna start over from scratch with that. Anyway, a modulus stock from a pack. I don't know which pack because I got this from somebody at one of my public wars that I went to. I like it because it holds vertical clips, which means you can hold the clips vertically, I should say, which means you can hold bigger clips. But what I don't like about this thing is if I put it next to, say, a Recon stock, right here, put it next to a Recon stock, you already can see a problem, and that it's much shorter, and I don't like this one as much as I like this one for that reason. Plus, if I'm running my Alpha Trooper, 6s are all I ever use in my Alpha Trooper. I never go any larger than a 6. So this is my best thing for when I'm running an Alpha Trooper anyway. So we'll put the light over there. Don't know where that came from. I should probably worry about that, but this little thing. I forget what these things are actually called. Like pocket pistol. They don't actually have the name printed on them for some silly reason. And yeah, it's a giant indirect plunger. Oh, this one's not stock either. That's right. There's actually a. Oh gosh, if I can even get it to prime. Geez, this thing is actually modded. There's an extra spring in there, if I remember right. My second favorite stock ever, the Long Strike stock. The reason it's not up top is because you can't just automatically throw it into anything you want. You have to mod them in order to actually do that. But yeah, and then there's the one I was working on. This piece was too short. This isn't big enough around. It was easier to just start over. Another Spectre stock. I need to get rid of those. Seriously, I need to get rid of those. A Vigilant. Now this is fun because I know how to do something that few people know how to do, and that is to sling discs. Not fling them, sling them. And when I say sling them, I mean take a disc that normally shoots, 70 feet arced and turn it into 120 without modifying the gun. This is stock, and I can get 120 feet out of it easily. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on that, because that's a fun video. Anyway, the Vigilant, stock Vigilant. This thing, Cougar, this is not stock. The little dinky stock on the back has been removed and replaced with 2 keyring things. Would I do this again? No, just cut the stock up. This was a mistake. But it was fun, but it was a mistake. I have this, a drain blaster with many weird things going on up front. So this is a normal drain blaster with, a seal job done to the back. It's not pretty, but it works. This one had a broken cap, so I had to fix it. And that was my approach for that. This is Pet G, and you'll notice there are various electrical tape rings around it, and that is for what it shoots. This large connector here is for rival, so you can actually shoot rival out of this. If I take that off, the smaller barrel, this thing all the way down, shoots streamlines, and then over top of it you can shoot demolisher rockets. What is wrong with my voice? Okay, yeah, so it shoots rockets, streamlines, and rivals. And I realize people don't use streamlines anymore, but they should still be called streamlines because, I don't know, elite streamlines? I'm an old nerfer, okay? Recon Barrel, because those are fun. There's red Super Soaker stock, Raider stock, basically clear shot sight thing. Looks really cool over on my sling-fire, because I have a sling-fire. Those are just pure fun. Spectre Barrel. Not much said, it's just a Spectre Barrel. Other random attachments. I'm just not even going to name them anymore. I'm just going to start throwing them out, and you guys can see. Random attachments. If you want information on them, just say, hey, what was that attachment in the middle of this thing? Oh yeah, one of these, front grip. I only use that on electrics. This thing is fun. Here, what is it? Proton? Yeah, Proton. This is from back in the days of Vortex discs. And this is a very fun one-shot little pistol, but I think it's, there we go. I think it's a little big for a Vortex gun. I think it could have been smaller, but I've never opened it. Alright, so I guess I'll just show this stuff off. There's a Recon Barrel, the inside of one. You'll see why in a minute. I'll show you. There's modulus stock, came with the Recon Mark II. I have Recon Mark II. Ricochet, and there's a barrel extension there for the, well, besides the small one there, big huge one for the long strike. Stampede shield. I have a Stampede now, so that's cool. It's in a bunch of different pieces right now because I was trying to mod it, but I have a Stampede. The clear modded, by the way, Recon, not Recon, this is a Night Finder. I always get the two mixed up. Woo! I think the batteries need to be replaced. But it glows. Actually quite a bit brighter than that usually. Those are ultra bright LEDs in there. So that's fun. The kids really like that one. A crossbolt with a really weird paint job on it and really cool. So at a distance you guys can probably see it looks green, but it's not. But it is. See, if I get up close like this, you might be able to see that it's actually two different colors of paint. It's a dark green with a light yellow, or with a yellow speckled over it, to give it that light green appearance. So it's nuts. It's fun. And it actually had a barrel extension out here to help with those weird darts. If any of you own one of these, you know that they sometimes do weird things. So I figured a slight barrel extension might help. But because if you think about it, it's creating all of this motion here, and the dart stops, you know, up here, and then there's that much that's actually barrel. So I thought a little bit more might help, and it did seem to help a bit. So there's that. I got to replace the string in that. In my very first Arsenal video, I said that this was broken, and it was at the time. This is no longer broken. This actually works. Pistol number 3. And what was broken was the return spring. So it actually returns now on its own. So there we go. I found a replacement at Ace or something. I don't remember which one it was. There's the Recon Mark II. Am I a big fan of this? Not particularly. I like this. That's cool. I kind of like some of the aesthetics of this gun, but I don't like that the slide isn't interchangeable with the older models, because I would have rather had this flush up here, and it's not. Oh man, and we're only about halfway done here. Now some of you might be wondering, what on earth is that thing? This is a AS-20, Airstrike 20, also known as a Rapid Fire 20. It had a dial up here. It's cool. If you don't know what it is, the name should be enough. Go find Wacom S7's video as tagback of it. You'll notice that mine is red, not orange. This is a original Laramie, if it'll show up. It's right there. Laramie Rapid Fire 20. Found that in a Goodwill one day. It does not have an air leak that I know of. So I've got two of these things. Yep, most of you probably know what this is for. I have the game too. Hammer shot. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of these, but I have one. I actually had two at one point because I wanted to try that dual wielding thing because it seemed cool, but yeah, reloading became hard. Maverick. This is a Goodwill Maverick, and it's completely stock. I have it for the spring. It's going to go in the Midnight Maverick eventually. My sledgefire. Now you guys have probably, if you're really dedicated to my channel, probably saw that I posted a pros and cons video about the sledgefire, and this thing is fun. It really is fun. Yeah, it's definitely a good gun to have on the field. Now, what I need to do next is I need to make a pros and cons video on this. My swarmfire. This is fun to use. If I turn it on real quick, this is modded, by the way. I'll just let that soak in for a second. Yeah, most people are shocked by that. Most people. Not all of them. There's another one of these things. I'm keeping this out. Keeping that out. Secret Strike 1, AS1, Airstrike 1. Yeah, Secret Strike AS1 up top there. It's an air-powered pistol. And most people would look at this and go, why would you even have this? The answer is because you can get 70-foot ranges out of it if you really try. And it's fun for little inside Nerf wars and stuff. Yeah, it's cool. Ah, yes. This gun. The ever discussed and ever questioned Maverick that is a rifle. The rife, as I like to call it. It's a thing. Rife. So it's got the works. It's got the dropout revolver. It's got the pennies in the back of the spring. You know, it's got while it might not look like a detachable barrel here, a Spectre barrel because it needed to be really large. But yeah, it's actually detachable and will support any and all barrels, provided they're not too tight. The shell does open. It opens up from this side, and the stock has the fun feature of holding 7 darts in the bottom and top. And actually, I theorize, I'm not 100% sure about this, but I theorize that I could actually fit 21 in the back, which is a lot of ammo to have in storage for this. Anyway, there's that. I also have the Swarmfire pistol. That was a real find right there. That was fun. That somebody just happened to have one of these at the war that I went to. The first war that I brought the modded Swarmfire, and I went, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take the pistol that goes along with my Swarmfire. a Boomco thing, I don't remember what the name is. It makes a weird noise. I still don't know why it does this. See here. There, it wasn't locked. Makes a weird noise. Performance is just fine. It's stock, but it makes a weird noise. I don't know why. Who knows? Now, the sling fire. For those of you who have one of these and play with it on a decent basis, you'll probably notice that it's not very accurate. And I have a fix for that. The Recon Barrel, the front extension, okay, can actually, and any extension that is the same diameter, say out of a Raider or even a long strike, basically you just push it in to the end and it will very snugly fit. I've been doing this for years and it's totally fine, and this increases accuracy so much. It just becomes a much cooler looking rifle and far more accurate as well. Let's see if I can prime this with one hand. Come on. There we go. So that's the thing. You can do that. Hope I didn't break something when I did that. It sounded really bad. A Hornet. Why do I have a Hornet? Because Hornets generally go along with, if I move over here, it had to go in the corner. Titans. I have a single Titan. No, this is not brassed. I know what a lot of you are thinking. Why isn't it brassed? Because I wanted to actually use it in wars and, you know, not have it be illegal. This thing shoots 150 FPS without even really trying. I think 150 is good. This is my air-powered sniper rifle that's super awesome, and everybody loves this little thing that I did with the barrel. So I actually have the Hornet and Titan to go together in a war. So if I wanted to, I could run the both of them at the same time. And people really love that idea. Really, really love that idea. And some of these things I wonder why people say, or why people act like I'm the first person to come up with it, because I'm pretty sure I'm not. Ah, yes. On to the Recon. This is not a Recon. Okay? This is a Retalicon. And what I mean by Retalicon is the outside, Recon. The inside, Retaliator. It's actually a Retaliator on the inside, and I'll prime it and fire it. If I can do it, I'll cut that out. See? Not a Recon. Retaliated. I have both the bandoliers over there, the orange and blue bandolier. That's cool. And along with the final couple of guns, an AirTech 3000, which I just got at the last war. Super awesome and stoked that I got the 3000, because I could six tubes of PET G up here, and I'd have a 6-round, pump action kind of a thing that would shoot decent. And an AirTech 2000. Again, same thing. Oh yeah, and I did this in the last thing I did. This is my dart box now. This is just pure darts. Pure darts. Anything you can name, Whiteout, Rival, Streamlines, whatever, it's in there. Camo even. I have the camo darts. Also, a lot of people used to ask me about my clips. I have a lot of clips still. I've never gotten rid of a single clip that I know of. Well, no, one. I got rid of an 18-round clip with a Firefly at one point. But basically, I've never gotten rid of any clip except for that one. And so I have a lot of clips. I had a Hailfire at one point to give you guys an idea as to how many clips I have. And when I got the Hailfire, it was a Christmas present, and I got a 4-clip pack to go along with it. I have a lot of these little 6-dart clips, especially like this. I probably have 12 or 14 that are just like that, half and half. And that's on top of like my Stampede clip, which is painted red to go along with my Demolisher, which is kind of non-existent right now. There's a Recon clip. I mean, there's a lot of clips. I normally run this in my crossbolt because I can top load through the crossbolt through the jam door. I can load this, so 12 darts seems almost endless when you can load through the jam door, which is why this does not end up in my Alpha Trooper all that much, because the Alpha Trooper cannot jam door load. So I usually run 6s. They're much faster to just pop out and put another one in and load that one than it is to try and load a 12 or an 18, I find. So, gosh, I still see this. This is the original long strike clip that came with it. This was the only clip that had Nerf printed on the clip at the time. In fact, I don't think Nerf even prints Nerf directly on the clips like that at all. But that's really cool. Here's one of the modulus clips. I have a modulus clip. I mean, I have too many clips. Probably. I don't know. I like using them though, and if I ever decide to run a bandolier with all of these clips, I have no doubt that I could run both of my bandoliers with all of my 6s and probably be fine. And my 35. I still have my 35 from my Raider. This is probably the best thing that came out of the Raider for me, was the 35 round drum. Because if you run an electric gun, I discovered that these things have no feeding troubles whatsoever. It's only when you run a gun with a bolt that it has trouble. Anyway, that's pretty much my arsenal. I've got way too many darts and way too many guns and stuff, but there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and blast from the past, no kidding, from a lot of these guns. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Stay awesome.